Hi, this is Kharami Sunato and another edition of Heart Dream Tools. What you're going to learn right now is what's called a swap thought. This is the kind of thing that you could be very curious about because there's been times when you felt a certain thought or feeling and you're like, oh, I don't want to feel this way. I want to feel better. Or, things are pretty good. Why am I so irritated? Well, let's go ahead and talk about one of the ways you can make a quick and rapid light-filled change and really illuminate some parts of you that might have been in the shadows. So I want you to quickly and easily locate a thought or feeling that you don't like. I'm waiting. Okay, so you probably have one. You probably have a few. Well, take one of the ones that's not the smallest, it's not the biggest. Take one that you feel like you can work with and probably make a pretty good change with. Go ahead and do that now. Notice that now. Now that you've done that, I want you to think about what's the emotional content? The emotional content of that experience. You feel sad, frustrated, angry? Do you feel pretty good but off kilter? Like, how would you describe it to yourself? Being conscious pretty much simply means just becoming aware of different thoughts and feelings, and then some of them go away just in the light of taking a look at it. And other ones, once you've noticed it, you can swap thought or begin to change and elevate yourself from a lower place, kind of like up a set of stairs into a more light-filled golden experience. So notice the emotion that you might have. And let me ask you this question. It's a simple one. And we know simple's challenging sometimes. What emotion would you prefer instead of the one you happen to label or locate? If before you were frustrated, you might want to feel comfortable, you might want to feel flowing, you might want to feel upbeat or empowered, greater sense of control. And if you had those things, what does that experience really bring to you? What is the truly preferred outcome? I want you now to think about the truly preferred outcome, the truly preferred experience, and let yourself be realistic in this process, right? So let 49% of yourself just kind of be in your body, no big deal. But now allow 51% of yourself, greater than half of yourself, to purposefully and deliberately believe and create the emotional, mental, spiritual experience that you really want. I'm going to give you a solid minute to do that. And that's like a world of time internally. Meditation, sitting for 5 minutes with your eyes closed can feel like 5 hours sometimes. So just doing this for a minute, you'll have plenty of time to really have a good experience, the kind of preferred experience you want. But right before you do it, let me say this. Benjamin Franklin, one of the important guys in America's history, he said something about the imagination. I'm wondering if you can guess what it is. Well, one of the things that he said was that worry, it was misuse of your imagination. Yeah, Ben Franklin said that worry is actually misuse of your imagination. So that means if you've worried a bit, or you've kind of projected worst case scenarios, or you're realistic and don't think you can do the things that you might really want to do because that's not realistic, actually that's all called worry. And that's misuse of the imagination. So what we're going to do, kind of like what Ben Franklin would want us to do, would be to use the imagination in an empowering, beneficial way. And you only need to let 51% of yourself do this. You could have all of yourself do it, or you could just let yourself believe in a reality that may not physically be here yet. So if you're feeling frustrated, you may not be feeling comfortably at ease or empowered and active or engaged in the right ways. So you're going to want things to change before you could feel better. What I'm suggesting is that now you deliberately feel better. And you'll either just feel better, or you'll feel better and you'll begin to witness divine synchronicities and all sorts of good luck and beautiful opportunities kind of begin to happen, begin to open up more often than not, because you've had really great days and everything was great and you didn't really even know why. And you've had some days where things were really bad and you weren't sure why either. Sometimes we have just currents of thought, feeling, and emotion that roll through us. Perhaps it's karma. Perhaps it's something from our Akashic record. Perhaps it's just a deeper part of your mind that's playing an old pattern. Maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's all of it. Maybe it's more than we even know. Maybe there's a mystery to discover and embrace. But for now, I want you to think about your preferred state. What would be a better experience? Could be hopefulness. So again, think back to your challenging situation. Notice the particular emotions. And now think about the emotions you would much more prefer to feel. And begin to talk yourself into a better feeling place. And just enjoy that now. I'm going to give you 1 minute, starting now. Excellent. That's a great job. So that's a 1 minute practice of really believing and filling yourself. There's a quote in the Bible that was very clear. It said, "Believe and pray in the things that you need or want and give massive thanks." And that's really what we're doing. We're feeling really grateful for a beautiful experience that we would prefer instead of the other thing. And in the Bible it said, as you pray and believe and show great gratitude, it'll be done unto you according to your faith. Just look up those few words. It'll be done according to you, according to your faith. Jesus had a teaching. He said, what I have done, you can do and greater. So really, consciousness has to do with creating your desired experiences, desired states, and it's really easy to figure out what you want. You just think about what you have, think about what you maybe don't like, and think about what you would prefer. And then when you focus on what you prefer, feel total gratitude for that, enjoy that, and be grateful. Open your eyes back up and look around and start to notice other things that you're grateful that you have and that you feel good about. And this is how you swap a negative thought for a positive thought. And you can do this with your vocation, things that have to do with fun, categories of fun, spirituality, wealth, health, and love. The Heart Dream Tool system has to do with your vocational passion, the fire of fun, the air of spirituality, the earth of wealth, the water of health, and the love of compassion. And all together, surrounded like a planet's orbiting the center, and the center is the key belief, the key opinion you have of yourself. And when you think about your whole life and that key opinion of yourself, swap that thought to something just a little bit up the road, something a little bit brighter. Jesus in the Ascension Gospel, number 4, he said, there's heaven beyond heavens and treasures beyond treasures. And so many of the great thinkers and teachers of all time, they said, we are what we think we are. And you know, Einstein said that the reality is an illusion, but it's a very, very persistent illusion. And how we get access to the great change and to do the great work is to prefer to think about what we have and prefer something a little bit better, and to be so grateful for that new, better thing, and to say thank you for that. So this has been another edition of Heart Dream Tools, a supportive video called Swap Thought, and how you can use Swap Thought to empower your Heart Dream Tools and your goals and all the different categories of life. Thanks for your participation, and talk to you again.